My name is Dr. Katrin Meidell, and I'm professor of viola at the Schwob School of Music at Columbus State University in Columbus, Georgia. I just performed for you the GMEA All-State 11th and 12th grade etude for the year 2026 to 2027. It's called the Trill. Obviously, this is all about the Trill. When trilling, it's counterintuitive because we think we want to keep our finger as close as possible to the string. So if we're trilling from 2 to 3, sometimes you'll try to keep the third finger as close as you can, but that actually creates a lot of tension in the hand. So you want to bounce as far away as you can. So you can see right now the finger's moving very freely. So what I'm really thinking about is like moving from the center of my hand as though I'm waving kind of strangely. So you can see the base knuckles are really, so the base knuckles being the bottom knuckles, are really where I'm moving from. That creates a very nice open sounding trill. If I try to keep the finger really close, you can, well, I can feel the tension. I don't know if you can see it, but you can also hear how the trill isn't very bouncy and you're not getting clarity. So important that we're releasing from the base knuckle and bouncing, bounce, 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 bounce. There are also a lot of grace notes in this etude, so the rhythm can be a little bit confusing. What I would do is practice first without grace notes, just the trills. So if I'm going to start from the beginning without grace notes. Something like that. And then I would put in the grace notes but take out the trill. So you're really getting a sense of beat 1, 2, and 3, and then put them all together. So that you're really getting comfortable with the placing. At the end of the first line and the beginning of the second line, we have a fairly tricky trill and grace note figure. So grace notes take away from the note before the grace note. So if I were to take out the grace notes, I want to make sure that the B flat is squarely on beat 2 of this measure. So I'm bouncing there so you can see where my beats are. So if I add in the grace notes, I will not add in the trill yet. You should see that my half note is landing on beat 2. So the is right before the second beat. And that can be a little bit confusing, but in terms of timing, it's important that the grace note is taking away from before the note that it's tied to. So. In the fourth line, in the last measure, we all of a sudden get these accents in the middle of our big up-bow slur. So what I would encourage you to do is have index finger accents, not bow speed accents. So I'm thinking sort of like you can see I'm mushing the index finger in right there, and you can see how that's flexing the stick. And that gives us those accents. We get that again 2 lines from the bottom. When I was learning this, I kept forgetting to put that first accent on the second to last line. So what I did is I actually wrote the accent at the end of the third line, so I saw it before I even had to move my eyes to the second to last line. So you can see here at the end of the third to last line of music, I put the accent so that I'm seeing it before my eyes or at the next 2 lines from the bottom. And that helped me make sure that I actually got that accent there. So that's. And that way I didn't accidentally not play that accent. We have a couple of what I think are annoying articulations because this whole thing is super legato, and then out of nowhere we get a dot. So for example, in line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in the middle, in the second measure there. So making sure that you actually pay attention to that little dot right there, because that does change the sound of the phrase. And if we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines from the bottom, we get a couple of dots in there as well. And then again. So making sure that we're getting nice little stops there. So I'm stopping the bow on the string, but giving them vibrato so they continue to speak. About this spot, we have a 5th going across the string, so what I'm thinking about doing is placing my finger on both strings, so I don't have to jump, which is messy. So I'm just kind of putting the finger between 2 strings, and then same right there. For more hints and tricks, please join me at Viola Day on Saturday, September 12th, where we will do a workshop on this etude. So you can ask me questions about it, and we'll go through the whole thing and talk about all of the things that the judges are probably looking for. See you there. You can register in the link below.